Hello all, Jamie Rodgers here today for Creative Expressions, and today we're going to be looking at a top tip of stamping with flake and glitter glue. I love this technique and it is so handy because we can bring in all of our flakes, our glitters, all of them sort of mediums and end up with some really cool stamped effects. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to use a blending tool. I'm using a 30ml bottle of flake and glitter glue and I'm just going across the top of my stamp using my applicator to give a good even coverage of the glue. Once I have that, I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to stamp down onto a piece of black cardstock. Now the tip here is not to linger too long because we don't want to glue the stamp to the card. So if you can count to about 3 in your head and then pull away, you should end up with a nice crisp image. Let the glue go clear. If you have any areas of blue glue, it means it's still very fluid, and when we go to brush products over the top of it, you may well create smudges. So make sure it goes clear all over before adhering any products onto the top of it, and especially before burnishing them down. I'm using some Aurora Flakes here. This is our lovely golden rose colour scheme. There's lots of colours of Aurora Flakes, as I'm sure you've seen already, and you could create some stunning effects with all of them, to be fair, but I love how this one looks on top of the black cardstock. Once you're ready, just use your applicator sponges to brush those away and pop them back into your pot. Now you can also use this glue on top of other surfaces. So here I have, just to be quite honest, a tatty piece of MDF. This is an old bit from in my cupboard and I haven't treated this in any way. I just wanted you to see it as it is. So it's MDF just left raw. I've taken a lovely stamp from my tea bag folding collection. This is the pointy petal stamp and I like using these to make backgrounds and bits, and I also think they're quite nice focal points too. So again, I've applied my glue, I've stamped down onto my MDF and I'm going to use some Aurora Flakes, this time in Firefly Sparkle, to go over the top of them. Now if you wanted to paint the MDF beforehand with gessos or different mediums, you absolutely could have. As you can see, once we've brushed these away, we have that really lovely detail of the stamp highlighted with the lovely Firefly Sparkle of the Aurora Flakes. Now we can also stamp on porous and non-porous surfaces, so think about playing around with different mediums such as glossy card, acetates, mirror cards, items like that. For this one I'm going to use a piece of acetate. Now one of the nice tips or tricks about using something that's non-porous, such as acetate, is when we go down and adhere our stamp to it, we don't have to worry about lingering too long because we're not going to damage the fibres in acetate. Acetate is very resilient, so if you wish to practice with acetate to get your stamping technique sorted before moving on to card, or if you struggle to do the card ones, this might be a good practice ground for you to play with. I'm going to use this lovely script stamp designed by Francois Reed under our Woodware brand, and I'm just going to use it to build up a bigger background because that's something I really like doing with script stamps. Now usually I'd offset them a couple of times so that they don't look too repetitive too quickly, but for the sake of this I'm just going to plop this one down in a few different areas to cover the back of the acetate. Now again, when we're working on acetate, this glue is going to take a little longer to set, so you might want to leave it a moment and check that you have no blue glue before you go ahead and start moving around your flakes or your glitters on top of the product, because I don't want you to have any of them smudges that could happen if the glue is still fluid. The moment the glue has gone clear, it will stay tacky for life. You could come back in a year's time and that would still be tacky, so you can add your flakes at a later date. You don't have to worry about the glue setting. One place you do need to worry about the glue setting is on top of your stamps and your applicator sponges. With stamps, as soon as you have finished with them, pop them into some water and give them a good scrub with a nail brush to remove any of the glue from them. I don't want to be responsible for you having gluey stamps for the rest of time. With your applicator sponge, pop that either into a airtight container or maybe a grip seal bag, and then that will be absolutely fine for you to come back to. If you do leave it exposed to the elements, because this is a glue, it will dry, it will set on that sponge and your sponge will go really hard and you won't be able to use it again. If you do keep it in an airtight container, you'll be able to come back to it time and time again, saving you from having new sponges each time you wish to do the technique. Now as you can see with our background, this is coming along quite nicely. We can just add on our flakes. I'm actually using our brand new limited edition chocolate gold gilding flakes. This is a 100ml jar of these and these are gorgeous, but they are limited editions, so you do want to get hold of those as soon as you can. As you can see, I've just laid this onto a piece of black card so you can see all the flakes shine through. I really like that. I think that's a gorgeous background to work on top of. Here's another card I've created using some Aurora Flakes. Another one here with some more Aurora Flakes again. All of the products I have shared with you, from your glues, your applicators, your stamps and your presses, are of course available from all good Creative Expressions stockists. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.